Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Throwing now is Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. He'll drop to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Watson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Again, Watson to keep it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, and the Raiders pick it up. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. Slant to Adams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow fumble and convert it into 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
Watson's pass complete to Peoples-Jones. It's a pick-up 6. Brings up 2nd and
to throw again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now a dump off here complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st down.
To throw is Watson. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Out of the gun, Watson. Gets around him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Raiders. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. On second down and 4, Watson. Caught left side by Hilton. And the Browns are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Watson now to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Browns have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Raiders 16.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. The Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly it's some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Jacobs from the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
Jacobs going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, well, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Carr will look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders heading out to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st down, Carr. The throw taken in by Cole. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr. His throw incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Carr now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On 2nd and 10, Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And finding Keelan Cole.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. D4 in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So Carr and the Raiders now down by 8. A minute 47 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Carr to throw. Gets this to Waller.
First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Here's Carr.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Carr. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a two-point conversion to tie it.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
Throwing his Carr. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure to get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raiders offense ready to go. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming.
On play action, now Carr. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. First throw in OT for Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Chubb on the counter.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. Complete to Hilton.
Watson's pass. Complete to Hilton. 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now it's Watson.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime. And they are marching on in the playoffs. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
seven.